Okay, it is time for one of the most popular segments that we do with a very small section of the audience. A lot of people do not care about this segment, but the people that like it really like it and were furious when it went away. So we've brought it back. Every 3 or 4 weeks, I will recommend some books to you that I've read. Some will be fiction, some will be nonfiction. All of my recommendations from this week and previous weeks are at davidpakman.com/recommendations. If you use the links on that page to buy any of these books, we get a little slice, to quote Andrew Yang, of your Amazon transaction. So please do that. Check it out. I've got a whole bunch of great stuff recommended. davidpakman.com/recommendations. Today, it is a big week for recommendations. I will have 2 nonfiction books to begin with, and then 2 fiction books. First nonfiction book, Billion Dollar Whale by Tom Wright and Bradley Hope. This is a fascinating caper. Oh, I've got my Harvard Co-op bookstore bookmark in there still. Very Boston-centric, extraordinary. This is a really great caper about a Malaysian guy named Joe Low, who did a combination of some really bad things and some really entrepreneurial things, which is often the case in many other circumstances as well. And this is the story of how he built relationships, how he got into the business world, and ultimately how he took advantage of a lot of different people. I don't want to say too much because really, if you don't know the story, it is interesting to learn about it as you read the book. Could not recommend this more highly. It is certainly a page turner. It's not short. It's 400 pages. But I found that it really went by quickly because it just sucks you in and you want to read it. If you like books such as Road to Jonestown about Jim Jones, or the book that I recommended a few weeks ago about how they found Ross Ulbricht, the creator of the dark web, the Silk Road rather. If you like books like Blow about drug trafficker, really, George Jung, if that genre is interesting to you, then you will really like this book, okay? Billion Dollar Whale, Tom Wright, and Bradley Hope. Highly recommended. Okay, I think I might have mentioned this book in passing before. I don't remember how I came across this. It's called Consider the Fork, A History of How We Cook and Eat by B. Wilson. Now, you might think, who cares how they first made the first tablespoon? That is not what this book is about. This book, it's a lot of sociology about the ways in which having containers for food, like having a bowl, what would nutrition and cuisine be like if we didn't even have bowls or utensils? What changed when fire was first used to cook food, and what was the effect on people's bodies and people's teeth? Really interesting stuff about how people's teeth changed once we no longer ate food by sort of taking a hunk of something, biting down, and using a knife to cut a piece off. That significantly changed people's teeth. It's a very, very interesting book. I guess I'd call it a combination, sort of like science, sociology, history, and I guess it sort of is a cooking book as well in some strict sense. The book is Consider the Fork, A History of How We Cook and Eat by B. Wilson. Don't miss this one. And now 2 fiction recommendations. I actually read this book in English, although because that's just what someone handed to me, although I'm told that in Spanish it is delightful. This is The Club Dumas by Arturo Pérez Reverte, who is a Spanish author. This is a sort of caper that pulls in real historical stuff about the author of The Count of Monte Cristo, Alexandre Dumas, combined with a caper about a book dealer and antique book trader investigator type of guy. And it weaves a very compelling narrative. And I think it is, so the cover says that it's a cross between Eco and Anne Rice. I've never read Anne Rice. I have read Umberto Eco. And there are definitely, there's a feel that is similar to elements of Umberto Eco in this. So check that out. The Club Dumas, Arturo Pérez Reverte is the author. And lastly, this is someone we've interviewed on the program, Blake Crouch's book, Dark Matter. I've read a bunch of stuff by Blake Crouch. I think there's a TV series written by him or based on his writing called Good Behavior or Bad Behavior. I don't remember exactly. I've read the book, but this is one of his newer books, not his newest. It is dark in a lot of ways. It just so happens the name of the book is Dark Matter, but it is dark in many ways. I've let a few friends borrow this, and everybody is quite taken with it. It is once again a major, major page turner. I would be shocked if you can put this book down. I know that if you have Don Jr.'s new book, then you might be focusing on that instead of other things. But I recommend this instead. Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. All of these recommendations available for free. The recommendations. You might have to buy the books at davidpakman.com/recommendations. And remember, if you use any of the links on that page to buy these books, we get a little bit of a cut off of the cost of the books.